Welcome back, you guys, and not every NBA player comes in ready to take on big minutes right away. Some prospects go undrafted or are sent to the G League to develop their skills. A number of NBA players have spent time in the NBA's development league and have come out as solid players. Did you know that in the 2010-2011 D-League season, Hassan Whiteside, Danny Green, and Jeremy Lin all played for the Reno Bighorns? They also had Steve Novak, Donald Sloan, and Bobby Simmons on the team, and the Bighorns finished first in their division. This fact was brought to you by the Hardwood Amino app, who I want to thank for sponsoring this video. Amino is an app that has over 1 million different communities, and if you're looking for another place to talk basketball in the NBA, then I definitely recommend checking it out. They have quizzes, polls, public chat rooms, and other content made by NBA fans. You can download the app by searching for Hardwood Amino in the App Store or the Google Play Store. I do have a profile on there, so you can follow me at CaineLovesCali. It will be in the description. So let's talk about some NBA players that started in the D-League, then later became key players. Out of all the players on here, Hassan Whiteside spent the most time in the D-League. From 2010 to 2015, Hassan played a total of 65 D-League games. He was drafted by Sacramento in 2010 and was immediately sent to the team's D-League affiliate. In 2 years with the Reno Bighorns, Hassan averaged 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. According to D-League scouts, the reason why Hassan Whiteside's time with Sacramento failed was that he was not in the best of shape and he did not have a sense of urgency for everything that a pro basketball player should be doing on and off the court. The Kings cut him in the summer of 2012, and he played for 2 more D-League teams called the Sioux Falls Skyforce and the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. And then between April 2013 and July 2014, he moved on from the NBA and played in the Lebanon Basketball League and the Chinese Basketball Association. Whiteside said that these experiences outside of the United States helped him grow as a person and a player. He's quoted saying it even made him who he is today, and that it's really coming out to be a great journey for him. Fast forward to November 2014, he signed with the Iowa Energy, and this would be the last time he would spend his pro basketball career in the D-League. In 3 games with the Energy, he averaged 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Hassan dominated the D-League and he looked a lot more polished than he did when he was with Sacramento. The Heat signed him after he destroyed their D-League affiliate in November 2014. And that was it for his D-League journey. Today we know of him in Miami as a double-double machine, and he led the NBA in blocks in 2016. Let's move on to the second player. You know, it seems like Danny Green has only played for the Spurs in his NBA career, but he had a forgotten rookie season with the Cavs in 2009 and only played in 20 games. The Spurs signed him in November of 2010, but they cut him, and he was later picked up by the Reno Bighorns. In 17 games with the Bighorns, he averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists on 45% shooting. The Spurs really liked what they saw, so they signed him in March 2011 and assigned him to the Austin Toros, the Spurs D-League team. In 16 games there, he averaged almost identical numbers on the Toros as he did with the Bighorns. They brought him back up to the Spurs roster, and he played in 2 playoff games. And that would be the last time we saw Danny Green in the D-League for an extended time. Danny is a gem that the Spurs found. He's had a successful career as a role player there. In the summer of 2012, he signed a 3-year, $12 million deal. Then the next season, he went on to break Ray Allen's NBA Finals three-pointers record. Let's go on to the third player. Before Yogi Ferrell became a 10-point per game scorer and the 3rd best three-point shooter on the Dallas Mavericks, he got cut from the Brooklyn Nets. Yogi is a 5'11", 180-pound point guard that went undrafted in 2016, and he ended up signing with the Nets. But it was tough for him there as he could never get on the court. From November to December 2016, Yogi went from playing on the Nets and getting sent down to their D-League affiliate in Long Island multiple times. In 18 D-League games, he averaged 19 points, 6 assists on 42% shooting. Yogi said this: "To make a big impression as a point guard in the D-League, you have to be able to set up your teammates because there are already a lot of scorers in the NBA, and if you're making the right plays to your teammates, someone in the league will notice and you'll get called up." And that's what happened. The Mavericks needed a backup point guard and they signed him to a 10-day contract. In his first actual month of NBA basketball, Yogi won Rookie of the Month. Going from undrafted because he's undersized, to getting cut, to getting Rookie of the Month in less than a year, that's a really cool story. Somebody that knew he'd become a player in the league is Jeremy Lin. Lin said this about Yogi: "He's one of those guys who everybody labeled him as something probably because of his height or something, but he's much better than what the draft board indicated, and I knew that." Yogi has a pretty cool come-up story to the league. Now let's go into the 4th player. Before he was on the Knicks, Jeremy Lin signed a deal with the Warriors in 2010, but he didn't play much and he got most of his reps in the D-League. The team he played for was the Reno Bighorns. How many times have I mentioned them in this video? It seems like everyone has played for the Bighorns at one point. In 20 D-League games, Lin averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 47% shooting. Like a lot of D-League players, he was called up back to the NBA, then sent back down to the D-League. It's just hard to get on the court when you have guys like Monte Ellis and an exciting young developing player like Steph Curry. And you guys know the story after that. Jeremy Lin helped the Knicks when they were dealing with injuries, and he's been a key rotation player for every team he's been on since. Let's go into the last player. The last player on here is Rudy Gobert. I just talked about Rudy in a video 2 days ago. Before he averaged a double-double in the NBA, and before he became one of the best rim protectors in the league, he was sent down to the Bakersfield Jam for 8 games in December 2013 through January 2014. Rudy was still very raw as a player, and he wasn't getting much playing time under former Utah Jazz head coach Ty Corbin. The D-League helped him get his confidence up because he struggled in his rookie year. And Rudy was glad he went through the D-League process. He was getting consistent playing time, and to quote Rudy's words, he dominated the D-League. In 8 games, he averaged 14 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, and shot a ridiculous 74% from the field. And once Enes Kanter got traded, he became the Jazz's starting center, and he's now anchoring their defense, which has been one of the best since 2015. Another fun fact for you guys, if you're still here, there's never been a D-League or G-League player who got selected to the All-Star game. 0 players. Do you think it will happen anytime soon? Rudy Gobert and Hassan Whiteside probably have the best chances out of all the players. Gobert came pretty close last year to making it. And yeah, that's it for some NBA players that went to the D-League, then became key rotation players later on. I know it's called the G-League now, but it was the D-League when these players played. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.